finding a comfortable position first. So you can sit cross-legged. Is nice if you sit on a bolster a little bit higher to make sure that your spine is straight. You can bring your hands on your knees, on your thighs, or interlace fingers, or on the navel. Now close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Check in with yourself for a moment. Scan your body from top to bottom. See if there is any tension, any sensation, anything that you need to release. Observe how's your breath. Maybe it's still rushing, or maybe it's already very calm. Maybe you're a bit sleepy or tired. Don't try to change it, just observe it for a moment. Trying to make your breath equal, using the same count on the inhalation and on the exhalation. Remembering the quality of this breath right now. If you are familiar with Ujjayi breath, you can also use Ujjayi breath throughout the whole practice. Just make sure that you are not using any belly muscles, so no bandhas, no elevating the pelvic floor muscles or squeezing your belly. And now, still with your eyes closed, start circling your neck. Slow circles, exploring how you feel, waking up the body. And next time you come to your right side, stay there a little bit longer and bring the right hand on top of your head to intensify the stretch here. The next exhalation, release the right hand, go to the left side, bringing the left hand on top of your head, having a bit of a stretch here. Exhale, release, come back to center. Now gently open your eyes with your next inhalation. Bring your arms up, look towards your thumbs. And exhale, bring your hands in front of your heart. Let's do it again. Inhale up, look towards your thumbs. Exhale, bring your hands down. One more time. Inhale up. But this time with the exhalation, open to the right side for a gentle open twist. Staying here a couple of breaths. Inhale, bring your arms up again, look towards your palms. And exhale, open to the other side. Inhale, bring your arms up again. And exhale, bringing your hands in front of your heart. Good. We're going to move to all fours. So from here, if you bring your knees together, and putting your knees together. Here, put the pillow or anything that you've been sitting on before away. Make sure that you have a blanket under your knees. So for softening, the all fours position is one of the favorite poses in prenatal yoga. So if you have any pain, for your wrist, you can always roll your mat towards you. Bring your hands a little bit on the mat so that the angle is a little bit less. And again, make sure that you have that blanket under your knees. So starting here from all fours, start with little circles of your pelvis. Make sure that you also go the other direction. Maybe now explore if you do a figure of 8. So as if you are drawing a figure of 8 with your tailbone on the floor. Exploring how you feel, if there's any tension and sensation. Now coming back to center, we're going to do rolling cat. So the next exhalation, look towards your belly and bring your hips down as far as it's comfortable. Now inhale, roll yourself backward. Exhale, look towards your belly, bring your hips down. Inhale, come up again. Exhale, look towards your belly, bring your hips down. Inhale up. beautiful pose if you have a lower back pain issues. Exhale, hips down. Inhale up, last one. Exhale, bring your hips down. And inhale, come up again. Good. Now from all fours, so starting staying still here. You stretch your left leg behind you. So on your toes, looking towards your mat. And bring your knees down. Go for your right leg. Couple of breaths here. We're gonna build it up a little, but you can always come back to the first variation. So if that felt comfortable, maybe you can bring your leg up. Not higher than the hips. So just at the highest point as your spine. Having a couple of breaths here, look towards your mat again. Exhale, bring the knee down and go for the other side. Again, couple of breaths here, strengthening the legs. Exhale, bring the knee down. Now you can either do one of the previous ones, so either leg on your toes, leg a little bit higher. What you can also do is that you can add the opposite hand to it. So you have a diagonal stretch. It's actually a really great pose for strengthening your back to avoid lower back pain again. Exhale, release. And we're gonna do the same on the other side. It's a good pose to practice your Ujjayi breath as well. And exhale, release. Good. We're gonna do a gentle hip opener. So if you bring your leg, your foot, either at the height of the knee or somewhere between, anywhere between the other foot and the knee, and go down as down as possible, where your belly allows you, where your knee is comfortable with your hips. Maybe you can walk those hands in front of you for a bit of a stretch, taking down to your mat. Gentle hip opener again. Couple of breaths here. One more breath here. And the next inhalation, roll yourself back up again. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So again, bringing that foot either at the height of the knee or anywhere between the foot and the other knee. Going down with your hips as far as your belly allows you. Maybe stretching those hands again, walking those hands in front of you to get a bit of a side stretch also here on your body. One more breath here. Inhale, come up. Coming back to all fours. Now bringing the right leg parallel to the short side of the mat. Stretching the left leg behind you. You can bring your arm either reaching in front of you if you want to have a bit of a side stretch on the belly. Or maybe you want to open here. A bit of a back bend. So see what it is that you feel like today. Staying here, one more breath. And with the next exhalation, start moving your arm, circling your arm. And if your neck is happy, then follow your arm with your gaze. Make sure that you also go the other direction. One more circle here. And with the next exhalation, bringing the hand down to the floor, coming back to all fours. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So this time the left leg parallel to the short side of the mat. Make sure that you repeat the same thing what you did on the other side. So either stretching in front of you, or opening your chest, whatever feels good today, what it is that your body needs today. And with the next exhalation, start circling your arm again. Following your arm with your gaze if your neck is happy. Make sure that you also here go the other direction, synchronizing your breath with the movement. So inhale, go up. Exhale, go down. One more. Inhale up. Exhale down. And landing again on all fours. In all fours, if you bring your elbows down to the mat, resting your head on the elbows in a polar bear pose. So that's your resting pose. It's the resting pose during the practice, but also during labor. It's also a very nice pose to do the pelvic floor exercises. So the gentle squeeze and releases around your genitals. As if you want to go to the toilet, but there is no toilet around. And practice those right now. 10 squeezes, few breaths in between. And then another few squeezes. You can also synchronize it with a breath, so you squeeze with the inhale, you release on the exhale. Now finishing it up. Bringing yourself back to all fours. Tuck your toes under, we're gonna go to standing. Walk your hands towards each other. And the same, coming up, the knees are up at the same time. We're gonna do a little bit of pelvis movement, so make sure that your feet are hips apart, soft on your knees. You can bring your hands to your pelvis, doing little circles here. Going the other direction as well, exploring how you feel. Maybe do a bit of figure of 8 or little circles. Beautiful movement for labor, but also throughout the whole pregnancy. Good. And just shaking it all off. Good. You can keep the blanket or put it away. Sometimes it's nicer if you have an empty mat. Bringing the right leg in front of you. Make sure, so we're going to do a bit of movement with the breath. Make sure that your feet are hips apart as if there is a tram track in between. To make that for the stability of our pelvis. With the next inhalation, straight legs, put your arms up, look towards the palms. And exhale, go down to warrior 2. Inhale up, look towards the palms. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, one more. Inhale up. And now the next exhalation, rest your elbow on the knee, bringing the other arm in front of you, stretching in front of you, look towards your palm. Having a couple of breaths here. Good. And with the next inhalation, come up again, keeping that knee bent. Opening to the other side, reversed warrior. One more breath here. Now inhale, coming up again to warrior 2. Strengthening the knee, straightening the knee. Now grab that block that you had in front of you. Block or anything that can serve as a block. Straight legs, we're going to try Trikonasana. So bringing the hand on the block and opening to the side, look towards your palm. One more breath here. Now inhale, come up, keeping the block in your hand. Opening to the long side of the mat. Bringing the block in front of you. Resting both hands on the block. Bending the legs left and right. Again, see how you feel. And finding that stability again. Putting all the heaviness of your hands, of your body on the block to release lower back. Keeping one hand on the block. With the next inhalation, open to the side, look towards your palm. One more breath here. Now exhale, bring that hand down, swap hands, and inhale, open to the other side. One more breath here. Exhale, bring your hand down. And now slowly roll yourself back up again. Tiptoe legs together. Then I repeat the same thing on the other side. So again, feet hips apart, moving with a breath. Inhale, straight legs, arms up, look towards the palms. Exhale, go down. Inhale up, look towards the palms. Exhale, down. Inhale up again. Exhale, come down. Last one. Inhale up. And exhale, resting the hand on the knee. Reaching with the arm in front of you, look towards the palm. One more breath here. Inhale, come up, keeping that leg bent, opening to the other side for the reversed warrior. One more breath here. Inhale, up, back to warrior two. Grabbing the block. Trikonasana, straight legs, resting the hand on the block, opening to the side, look towards the ceiling or sky. One more breath here. And inhale, come up. You can leave the block on the mat or on the floor. Opening to the long side of the mat again. So this time, make sure that your toes are sticking out. Going a little bit deeper with your hips. Starting first with a goddess pose. Strengthening the legs. Now bring the hands in front of you, and with the exhalation you push your hands away from you. Inhale, circle it back. Exhale, push, hands away. Inhale, circle it back. Exhale, push. Inhale, circle it back. Last one. Exhale, push. Inhale, circle it back. Now bringing the hands next to each other. Pressing the hands into each other. One more breath here. And inhale, come up. Shake it all up. Coming to the back of your mat. Preparing your mat for all fours. So we're gonna come back to the all fours. Bringing the hands first, walking your hands in front of you. Then make sure that the knees are touching at the same time. Stretching your arms in front of you. You can do it one after another. You can also stay a little bit longer at one of the sides. Synchronize the movement with the breath. So you go down with the exhale. You go up with the inhale. You can also go to the sides for a bit of a diagonal stretch. Coming back to all fours, and now bringing one hand under the other shoulder. We're threading the needle. What can work really nicely here is if you use the pillow under your head as well. So staying here a couple of breaths. One more breath here. Now inhale, push yourself back up. Go to the other side. One more breath here. Inhale, push yourself back again. Coming back to all fours, preparing for finishing it off in the sitting posture. So it's nice to again use the pillow behind you, having a little bit of rolling of the wrists, as if you are giving and receiving. So as a matter, we give a lot, but there is a moment in time that we get some of that love back. To wait maybe a bit, but it will be there. Shaking it off again. It is a good moment to plug here some of the breathing sequence. You can also refer to the Nadi Shodhana, alternate breathing. I'm gonna set you up now straight away for savasana. There's a couple of options you can do. So one is that you use that little pillow under your head. For most of us, the moment that the belly becomes bigger, there are different rules, definitely after week 30, but sometimes even earlier. We don't want to lie flat on the mat anymore. So you can either lie on the side or have a bit of a build up, which I will also show in a second. For lying on the side, you use the pillow under your head. You use that long bolster to rest your leg here. So when you go down, the leg which is on the floor is actually straight. And then you can rest the other leg on the bolster. It's also nice if, for having shoulders straight, that you put that hand behind. There you go. And you rest here. So that's one option. And then the other option is that you build up a bit of a fortress. Again, if you're at home, just use a lot of pillows, a lot of blankets. I'm using the blocks, and those meditation pillows and the long bolster. But I've done it before I had bolsters with a lot of pillows and blankets, works as well. You come as close as you can to this bolster. Then you roll yourself back down. You can release your hands. You can bring your legs straight. Sometimes it's also nice to put like a towel or blanket under the knees. Or you can also have knees bent and then they fall into each other, or the feet together. So for a hip opener, but for this one, please make sure that you use something under your knees, otherwise it's a bit too heavy. And you stay here in Shavasana. Coming back to your natural breath, scanning your body from top to bottom, making sure that you release whatever it is that you have to release. Focusing on the long exhalation. Visualize maybe that you need to blow 10 candles in a row, or that there is a golden thread like a ribbon unfolding in front of you. And breathe yourself down to relaxation. And stay here as long as you wish.